Come on. Come on.
Hey. Yo, what's up? What's up? We back with another episode of Mrkeezo's Corner. And we got some special guests in the house tonight. Some Queens brethrens. You know what I'm saying? We got Spigg Nice in the house. We got my man Supreme. We got Mr. G in the house. It's TTO, right?
TTO.
TTO. Listen, we about to get into something that's really, 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 really culture. What's the right word I could say? Because y'all did some set it off type shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all did it on some on low key, because I ain't hear about it until years later. But we're gonna get into all of that. We're gonna get into all of that. Yeah. I know you guys gotta
shout out to Starr on the phone.
Oh, Starr's on the phone.
Starr on the check-in, he on the phone on the check-in, driving to work.
Okay, so we got Starr in the house too.
Yeah.
So I just want to dive right in, fellas, because when I heard about it, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? And I was in the industry, and it took me a while to hear about it. But I want to just go back, because I know you guys are putting out a documentary right now, right? Y'all working on the doc?
Yeah.
TV series, docuseries, we put it all together. We're going to put it all together, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for those who don't know, you know, these fellas was involved in some non-violent robberies, bank robberies. But I don't want to be the one to tell your story, because I know you guys got a lot to say. So I'm gonna kind of sit back and ask a few questions and let y'all just dive into it. You know what I'm saying? And let everybody know what's going on. Because when I was looking into it, man, I'm looking at 619 months, 572 months. You know, back in the days, you know, we used to call those football numbers, and I'm sitting there like, these ain't even football numbers. These is these are some Super Bowl numbers or something. I don't know what the fuck going on, man. Like, I had to literally, I had to literally look that shit up. Like, 619 months. How much? God damn. You know what I'm saying? So y'all fellas was facing a lot of time. Obviously y'all guys didn't do all that time. But I wanted to get started to just let you guys talk about basically what happened, how y'all got, you know, like who came up with this and how did it start? You know what I'm saying? Like, who was the mastermind? You know what I mean? And how things went. I know y'all probably can't talk about a lot of shit, but as much as y'all can give me, man, I appreciate it.
Hey, yo, every time that question comes up, Starr is never in the room per se.
You're right.
He's never actually in the room. And it seems like everybody asks that question, it's like they know that he's not in the room. But I'm gonna say this, man, bro is the motivation behind the saga, man. I mean, for the most part, when I met him, the energy was strong, the vibes was high, and we put it together and we just was hit the ground running, you know what I mean? But Starr's definitely the mastermind. We don't call him that for nothing, man. That's been his characteristics probably since he was a young kid, man. Coming up with stuff, putting stuff together. So from my perspective, he's always been the mastermind as far as I know, man.
Yeah. As my brother, he always, when he got incarcerated, every time he come back home, he come up with another scheme, another plan, another plan.
You know what they say. When you go to jail, you get smarter some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn a lot of things that you don't know from the outside, but you learn it on the inside.
Yeah. So he does. He came up with some groovy ideas, I'd say.
Okay. And the thing is, they work. Yeah. It wasn't just some good ideas. Them just work, man.
No doubt. So, like, even was all the bank robberies in Jersey, or did y'all go different places?
Yeah. Nah, all of them was in Jersey.
All in Jersey.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, everything is.
I say you can't shit where you eat. So
no doubt. But you know, it might have been a couple of different states. I ain't know y'all. Like, I just sort of like y'all just stuck to, you know, primarily Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So that's right across the water. So that ain't hard to do. But y'all was like, you know, I was reading up on some of the stuff that y'all was getting into, man, and you know, one thing that I did respect was that, you know, everything was nonviolent. Like, y'all ain't hurt nobody. Y'all just went in there to get the bread, and y'all was gone. But you know, y'all, like, when I was teasing y'all about the set it off thing, it was like y'all had scanners, y'all had, you know, walkie talkies. Like, it was pretty organized. It wasn't just like, you know, some dumb cats running up in the bank, just give me your money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had everything planned out. And I was trying to read up on it a lot. I didn't see too much on it. And the stuff that I was seeing was kind of like basically the same stuff and, you know, same wordage. But now that I got you guys on here and y'all got a platform, I definitely, you know, want to hear more about the documentary as well. But, you know, I'll let y'all guys speak and see what y'all, you know, what y'all got for me.
Talk to him, Preem.
Well, for the most part, right, the one thing that you're not going to read in the paperwork is the motive behind what drove us to keep going and doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? Most people that's looking at it going to say, like you said, set it off, eat, you know, the town, because those was bank robberies. So I understand people going to relate what we did to being bank robberies. But when you look at the mind state behind what was done, bank robbery was more so secondary than it was the primary goal. The primary goal, and this is something, like I said, the FBI didn't know because nobody told. We went to trial. We didn't give up no information. So they really couldn't tell what was the motive behind what we did. They put the case together based on their own, you know, information and how they, you know, freestyle and put things together. But the key behind everything was reparation. All right? That's not a robbery. A reparation, when you're going to get reparations, you're going to get something that's owed to you, something you feel like is yours. Not something you take it from somebody that's dead. If I'm going to get my reparations, I'm going to get what you owe to me. And based on our history, going to prison and studying lessons and knowing the history of this country, we felt like, nah, yeah, we are owed something. Because in our community, we was disenfranchised. We grew up on the hard side of things. We grew up rough and tough and trying to get stuff together just to be able to get sneakers, just to be able to get clothes and, you know, just to survive. So now when we find out, wait a minute, we was owed 40 acres and a mule and we supposed to have a head start like everybody else. Well, shit, how we going to catch this head start? They ain't signing no reparations check. But I know where the money is at, and if you go in there and get it, guess what? They're going to give it to you. Why? Because it's owed to you anyway. So when I was delivered that form of understanding, it was like, damn, when you say it like that, it changes the scope of what we're doing. Now it kind of like takes the heightened sense of worry away because, like, nah, I'm owed this, man. I'm supposed to have this, man. And so, again, when you asked that question in the beginning about Starr, saying that he's a mastermind, and I've said that several times, man, that takes away from the quality and the magnitude of his mind state and how he thinks. Yes, he is a mastermind when you look at it, but he was on a different level of thinking. This is why when he came home with another plan, another idea, his point of view was different. He didn't think like the average Joe in the hood that was getting money and making moves. So when he comes to the table with a plan, the first thing you like, what? Oh, this nigga crazy, man. He bugging. I ain't fucking with him. Nah. Ain't no way. You want me to do what and go where and do what? And you got the plan? Man, hell no. You tripping. I'm not fucking with them white people and going up in there taking that stuff from them folks. But then when you start to sit down with him and you get to smoking a little bit and you get to thinking about what he's saying, he making all the sense in the world. And he challenged you to stand on who you say you are. I'm God body. They call me Supreme because that's a part of my attribute. I got 4 different parts of my attribute, but Supreme is the one that I go by. So by me having an attribute, being God body, it's like you God and they the devil. How you going to tell me the devil's sharper and smarter than you? So when you put the challenge to it like that, it's like, damn, that's a hell of a person. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how could you deny that? You know what I mean? You going to let them folks tell you that you can't get what's yours and you can't go get it. And it's like, you know what, man, you're right, man. I'm going to go get that. How we going to do this, man? And one thing led to another, man, and we made history. And now it's time for us to be able to tell our story because it's not necessarily, like I said, about bank robbery. It's more or less about reparations and redemption, man. That's what this is about, man. So when this TV series come out, it's going to be about developing characters, how we mature to become the men that we are today. 20-something years ago, I wasn't thinking the way I'm thinking now. I learned so many Jews along the way. I don't know about Spigg, but last time I checked, That's the Mo Man right there. He wasn't the Mo Man back when he was, let me let you know how. He wasn't the Mo Man then. He wasn't rocking the feds then. So we all went through some stage of maturity and growth and development. And now that we're here, we want to give that energy back because we've been takers for so long. So now it's time to give back. And we want to give back in an extraordinary, phenomenal way, like we took in an extraordinary, phenomenal way.
We're going to give back.
All right.
All day.
Spigg, what you guys say about that?
Hey man, I ain't got nothing else to say on that. That man right there, that's a mouthful. You heard what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mr. G, you want to add to that?
He's right on. He's right on. Good, Mr. G, be there?
You muted? Can't hear you.
Yeah. No. Nothing? Where Mr. G at? What he got to say?
Yeah, he right there. He got to get his audio. He might have to jump on, jump off, jump off, and jump back on. But yeah, listen, man. You guys, I heard what it was about 2 years. You guys were running around.
It was about 2.5
reparations.
years. Yeah. It started in 2000, and we got caught up in 2002. So you say about 2 years and change or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this documentary, I know you guys are looking for a docuseries, movie per se, maybe a documentary. Like, how you guys going about that? Have you guys had any people biting on it or interested?
Well, we got a whole bunch of people that's interested, but I like to work with the people that got the same motivation, same energy as me, man. Because I'm hitting the ground 100 miles and running, man. Not only am I doing a docuseries, I work for a nonprofit organization called Vivo, which is Brownsville and Violence out in Brooklyn. And that's what really got me into the flow, reacclimated back into the community to see what's going on with the condition of our youth. A lot of our youth today, man, they don't really have no motivation. They don't have no real drive, enthusiasm. They just spontaneous thinkers. They just do whatever's in front of them. So they need individuals amongst them that can influence them and give them some type of guidance and give them some type of information and energy to go in a different direction. My thing with what I do is I don't try to encourage the youth to stop gang banging, stop shooting, stop selling drugs. I don't encourage you not to do that. I encourage you to make better decisions, and I'm going to provide you with those better decisions, and you'll make a decision on your own to do something different. I ain't got to tell you stop doing what you're doing. You want some money? Yeah, I got an opportunity to get some money right here. You ain't got to worry about shooting nobody or getting shot at. See if you will take advantage of that. And most of the time they do. And when they see you the real deal and you serious, guess what? You got a team behind you. You got a bunch of participants behind you that's willing to change their life. So out of the maybe 50 or something participants that I've physically worked with, I can honestly say that, man, giving back feels better than taking. The reward feels much better than, you know what I mean? The same adrenaline rush you get taking, giving back and seeing somebody that really need it, grab a hold of it. That's where the adrenaline rush come in for me. You know what I mean? So it's about what we've done and also what we're doing, man. Like I said, it's a reparation story and a redemption story wrapped in one, man.
Right.
Yeah, because, it's crazy you said that, because what I do too is I really tap into these kids. I like to really give back to the kids and let them know that here is an example of somebody who was in the streets, pulled their life together, and made something of themselves. And now I'm back here showing you I can relate to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can relate to the things you're going, because I spoke to a kid the other day. Well, not the other day, but back in the days where he was saying he didn't have any hope. He didn't see anything but what was around him. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, it's a lot of things that's, out there, even overseas. It's a lot of things that you haven't seen, but you got to get to that point where you can get to those places. You know what I'm saying? You got to allow yourself to get to those places. So it was crazy that when we were speaking, he was so shut down when I was talking to these kids. The teacher said, hey, could you talk to him like on the side? Because I don't think he liked to speak in front of all these other kids. And I said, yeah, let me go talk to him. So I went and, potty with him. And what I said to those kids and my words to those kids wasn't the words that I spoke to him. Like, I hit him with some shit that he probably heard from his mom and them. You know what I mean? Like,
that's right.
It was like, damn. But the teacher let me know that she said, well, what did you say to him? Because he's doing better. He's participating. He's asking more questions. He's more into, trying to do things for himself to better himself now. I don't know what you said to him, but something you said resonated with him. So that's always been my thing too, is like, you got choices. And I remember back in the days, I had choices. I made some of the worst choices that I could imagine. You know what I mean? And just living crazy. And I was able to get out just in the time, just in the nick of time. And it took a near death experience for me to say, okay, I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to figure this out. So, I know you guys did a lot of time. I know you spoke just now about how you feel about educating the youth, but fellas, tell me something that, you've learned that you want to bring back to these kids.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Perfect. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having us on the show. Like, I was excited all week that I was going to be on fuburadio. So thank you for the invitation. And
that's what we here for, man. You know what I mean?
All right, that's what's up. How I was the driver. Now I ain't gonna front. Supreme came into my store. I have a store here in Brooklyn, and we got into talking. And I've been working in production for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. When these guys told me their stories, it just blew my mind. It blew my mind. And I feel honored to be a part of this. And back to what you were saying, guys like you who made mistakes, because I work for the Board of Education as well. So when I see brothers like you come into the schools and talk to these kids, y'all get more of their attention than anybody who come in and speak properly. Like, you come and say, I was here with y'all. So they able to resonate with you guys. So keep doing that, brother. Like, I'm from Bronzeville, but sometimes I feel bad to say, I think the worst thing I ever did was, I think I got a library book I never gave back. So I don't have no, I'm what you call straight square, but I know real people. Good. I know real people when I meet them. Because growing up in Bronzeville, you have to know, you guys could probably relate when you see somebody who's going to school, like the hood protected me. Mm-hmm. So when I come around Supreme, Spigg, Starr, these brothers tell me their stories, and I'm like, man, these guys are some amazing guys. But I know sometimes we got to do shit that we, just to maintain. Mm-hmm. So I feel honored.
Just to live, you know what I'm saying? Because, brother grew up on welfare, roaches, rats, no heat, no hot water, bird baths, like, real talk, man. It's like you go through all of that, and then I grew up an angry kid, man, because I identified that later on in life when I kind of took a step back and it's like, why did I act this way? Why was I, responding to people in this manner? Like, why was that? And it was just, I grew up not having, and I always wanted to have, and I was like, why is it me? Why is it us? Why am I in the store hiding my food stamps? You know what I'm saying? Like, right. These people got cars, my moms ain't got no car, we ain't got jack shit. Like, we living in a 2-bedroom. I'm sleeping in the room with my sister. And I'm like, I got to get out of here, mom. I'm getting too old. Like, but I ain't got nowhere to go but the living room. You know what I mean? So it was like, why we were dealt this hand. And I just took that anger for a long time. You know what I mean? Real talk. I took it for a long time. And then I had to actually look at myself and say, you got to make a change. You got to get out your own way. And that's how I was able to get out my own way. But you guys have, I know you was talking about earlier how Starr was the mastermind. Do we got Starr on the phone? Can he speak? Can he talk to us?
Hold on, let me see if I can get Starr. Starr, you there? Yeah, he did.
Starr, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I know we got a little bad connection, but they say you was the mastermind behind all of this, man. And I was telling them that I appreciate the fact that like you guys didn't hurt anybody. It was just actually, you know, y'all was hungry and y'all needed some money to eat, and then this is what y'all did. And it wasn't about killing nobody, it wasn't about shooting nobody, it wasn't about, you know, even injuring anybody. So I like to get, if you can, give me a little bit of your side of the story and how you came up with this.
My side of the story is, I don't really speak on it too much, but I'll give you a little something, man. I'm about opportunity and money, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing things the right way, man. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, it was about getting that brand, man. You know what I'm saying? And when it came to my mind, man, I round up my people, man. Get far, get far. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was, man. Get
Right,
money,
right.
Man.
Okay. So Spig, let me ask you, because you're a part of this legendary, hip hop brand. I mean, straight up rap crew that everybody knows in Queens, right. Everybody respected in Queens, and then y'all took that overseas and worldwide. Mm-hmm. How did you kind of like get involved in that as opposed to going the other way? Well, why would you go one way instead of keep going the other way?
Well, my story, which you will see, is kind of different. I'm in the streets, and I'm on the legal side. The legal side. I was in the music, but mm-hmm. At the same token, how did we get to the music? I had to be in the streets. Not saying my crew wasn't, the Lost Boys wasn't, but I was there providing. This is one way I was providing before we became worldwide.
Okay.
So things kind of slowed down a little bit. Boom. Which go back to
I know about that slowing down.
You know what I'm saying?
I know when you got a bunch of cats and everybody getting paid and shit starts slowing down, I definitely know about that.
Go back to what you know. I go back to the streets, and here we do. You know what I'm saying? Back to eat. And then providing, and not only just because of that, just I wanted to do my own thing. I had people that I wanted to put on and stuff like that. So this was a way for making music, making a way for the next, you know what I'm saying? Same way I did it for my crew, I could do it for my next crew. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let's get back to this documentary, because I want people to make sure they tapped in with what you guys are doing. I saw a little trailer, but I know you guys had a casting call earlier this month. How did that go?
Oh, that went great. Everybody came out. I mean, a lot of people came out, all different types of people. Funny,
where did you guys do it? In Queens, or where did you do it?
We did it in Brooklyn.
Broadway stages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them where is that? Y'all know.
All right, Broadway stages. Eric B. actually, salute to Eric B. From Eric B. and Rakim. He showed us love and gave us the space. And as one of the producers to this documentary, one thing I can tell you was that first time Preem came to me, I actually did some research, and what the government have or what you can find on records is nothing compared to these guys' story. So you could do as much research as you want. These brothers did 20 years plus and didn't say anything. So you know what it is to be able to pull off 9 jobs. And I don't want to give away too much, but Preem is a motherfucker. If I could just say, I can't even say that. But Preem, in order to fool a corporation, I could say that. In order to fool a corporation, they're thinking you from the higher ups, and by the time they realized what was going on, it was too late. I mean, it's gonna have you at the edge of your seats. And like you said, no violence. These brothers use their brains, and we don't like to affiliate black people when they say organized crime, but these brothers was organized.
Yeah, they call us what, kingpins and
There you go.
all kind of other shit, but they won't say organized. They won't say you organized, you know?
Downgrade.
Yeah, so yo, listen, I think this is gonna be a good documentary, man. Do y'all have any timetables or when y'all really trying to get everything together and put it out?
Well, we cast over 115 of our brothers and sisters. So I like to thank them for coming back to the hood and giving people work. So I like that. And we're going to actually start giving out the roles by Monday so that people could study. So I'm thinking we're going to start filming right before Thanksgiving. So you're going to be seeing some more trailers, some more sizzle reels, and we got the ears of some real nice people, and I can't wait for you guys to see what we're doing.
No, that's dope. That's dope. Any
that's dope.
Jewels on who's playing who, or any celebs, any known faces that you guys work with or working with?
Working with a few.
All I can say is stay tuned. Y'all gonna be surprised when y'all see these faces.
I'm trying to pull it out, y'all. I'm trying to get it. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me, right? You know, right. Mrkeeyzo's corner. I'm trying to pull it out.
There's recognizable faces that you're gonna see.
Well, okay. Keep in mind, I signed the NDA, and the people I signed the NDA with is on this video.
Oh man,
did he? I know he did.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, so that's good looks, man. That's. I mean, you said no Thanksgiving, so we probably early sometime next year. Sometime.
Yeah. Top of the year, we definitely gonna start seeing something. And salute to Eric B. I was with him yesterday. Just a lot of people don't know. You guys could Google Broadway stages. They actually filming the Godfather of Harlem in there. Forrest Whitaker be coming through the studio where we see him driving around, on his little scooter in there. But to think that we have something in Brooklyn, usually when I'm working like this, I'm in Atlanta or I'm in LA or in San Diego. But to think that we have this in Brooklyn where you can build the courthouse, build a bank, build whatever we need. It's over 10 stages, over 60,000 square feet. And to have a brother like Eric B to be able to say, yo, they with me. And salute to my partner, Marvin Austin, who's friends with Eric B. That's how we got connected to Eric B. So salute to them for just giving us access to a place that would have cost us thousands just to even start doing putting this project together.
Right. Salute.
Okay, well, listen, man, I'm looking forward to some of these teasers so I can learn a little bit more about it. Y'all tight-lipped. Everybody tight-lipped right now. They like, yeah, we're going to give you a little bit, but we don't want to spoil it. You know, here's a little tea, you know?
Hold on a second. Let me tell you this, right? One thing you're going to learn from this docuseries or TV series is this. Each individual character had their own unique powers that was necessary to help the team get through. We didn't get through by accident, by mistake, by luck, or none of that. Everything was coordinated accordingly where everybody had to play a role. So sometimes you got to transform and become something else in the moment in order to get through that situation. You see what I'm saying? So you had to be sharp. You had to be on point. You had to be ready to improvise at the drop of a dime. So when you watch these characters develop, you're going to see how they went from being this to being something else because they had to adapt to the situation and make it through. So it's a lot of it, like I said, bank robbery is the premise that everybody's going to be drawn to. But when you get caught up in the series and see these individuals, these characters develop, it's going to be something totally different. Like, wow. Because we come from the same streets that everybody else come from. This is going to be the that you seen come from South Jamaica, Queens, where it wasn't a drug kingpin story or it wasn't an organized drug situation where everybody came from the bottom selling crack and all that. Nah, we were takers. We went to go take what was ours, which is our reparations. So the mind state, everybody had a different reason why they felt like they deserved reparations, what they wanted to do with that reparations. All that came into play. So when you watch the docuseries and watch these characters develop, that's when you're going to see, oh, nah, this was dope. And a lot of people going to be able to relate.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yo, it's like even when you talk about you guys going in there and nobody snitching, that shit don't happen. That shit don't happen no more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody telling. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know, I just looking at the thing with Little Dirt and how, you know, he took care of his man, but then his man wound up flipping on him or being around him, getting him hooked up in that. And, you know, but just in general, these days, you know, we come from, I'm pretty sure you guys, everybody's above 40 right here, but we come from them days where, you know, you do the time, you do the crime, you do the time. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was a part of it, you just went in and took your shit on the chin and just held it. You know what I mean? Like just held everything in until you got out, and that doesn't seem to be the case today these days. Rather, you know what I mean? People, they go in there and they go in there and they get the. They just, you know what I mean? Like they just get the yapping in there, man, and it's crazy because I was always told, you know, and my mom's is the OG. She a 5%er, so she always told me, yo, you do the crime, you do the time. You don't say nothing. You know what I mean? You go in there, you was a part of it. You was with it when it was happening. You got to take that. You know what I mean? So these days it just doesn't work like that.
It's so funny. I mean? It's so funny that you say that because Spigg was without giving away too much, Spigg, I gotta say this part. Damn. Spigg was the one with the cleanest record, had a career, so they figured he was the weak link, and this motherfucker staying tall. So salute to Spigg, man. Listening to this story, I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Hey, yo, another little teaser, because you know I like to drop little teasers. When I say that every character developed and matured through their situation, right? There's titles to it. Like there's characters that's been attributed by the team. And like they said, we already know Starr's the mastermind. That's the title that was given to him. He didn't say that I'm the mastermind. That was given to him according to the team and how we saw how everybody put together. And what Mr. G said, to counter on that, Spigg is the savior. And why was he the savior? Why was his name according to savior? Because he had many opportunities to choose his career and go left when he chose the team and went right with us and real right to this day. Because when they know that you ain't been through the storm and been through prison and got locked up 1,000 times, they say, you know what? Your record say you ain't never did nothing, so we're going to check you and we're going to try to put the pressure on you. And for a minute, I was like, oh, shit, they got him. Because the way they play games psychologically, they separate you, they put some over here, some over there, and they show you what they want to show you. They're the masters of illusion. And if you stupid or blind, you won't be able to see through the illusion. You get caught. And you be like, oh, this nigga done went left. Yo, call Wendy. Hurry up. Yo, this nigga's a rat. Because you thinking, stand-up dude ain't doing that right there. But he don't know. No, we don't know what he don't know. And so they play a lot of games. So you're going to see all those tricks. It ain't going to be like, we just going to tell the story from one point of view. We're going to show you all the shit that was done. That's why we didn't say nothing then. Because now you're going to see the story from the point of view of how it really went down. The three-dimensional story. And each character is going to develop accordingly. My character, which was recently given to me, was called the organizer. Because I put things together and put it together in certain form. And then I lead the way and go into it. My other co-defendant, who's not with us right now, he's doing some things, getting himself 50 with it. He was more or less the type of dude that's legendary in the hood. Now, I mean, everybody in the hood heard of this dude before. If you never met him before, they heard of Born King. Shout out to Born King, living legend. You know what I mean? That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? He getting himself together right now, getting situated or whatever. And when he get ready to come outside and get sturdy, then we going to be here for him. But right now, he's sitting back. He getting himself together. He's still in the halfway house. The people still got the bound on him. So, he getting himself together. But for the most part, every last one of these characters got a different situation. They develop and mature differently. And now that we here, we back out here, man, we celebrating, man. And y'all get a chance to experience the first front row seats to our celebrations of this reparation redemption story, man. Ooh, you know? Yeah, I'm hype about
the
this.
young boy. That's the young boy.
Yeah.
Nah, that's listen, man. Everything is a lesson. You know what I'm saying? I look at everything that happens to me as a lesson. And what do I take from that? And how do I either improve myself or better myself? I always take everything as a lesson. So I'm sure you guys took this as a lesson. and now have moved on, and that was in your past, and now you're doing bigger and better things now. But if you had, because I know we're running out of time, we got about a minute left. If you had a time frame of when you guys think this documentary would be out, would you say next year or maybe the year after?
Spring.
What do you say?
Spring 2025. Yes, sir.
All right. So y'all listen. Y'all heard it here first. What's the name of the documentary? I got a name.
The Takeover.
TTO, baby, the Takeover. TTO.
Okay. So listen,
TTO.
the Takeover documentary is coming out next spring. Y'all heard it here first on fuburadio. Maybe first. I'm gonna claim it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no question.
Yeah, I heard it here.
Nobody else. We told it to you first.
All right. Y'all heard it here first on fuburadio.
Queens, baby.
This your man, Mrkeeyzo on Keyzo's Corner. I got my man Spigg Nice, Supreme, Mr. G. I want to thank y'all, man, for coming and sharing y'all story with me. And I want y'all to come back so y'all can give me a little more information. You know what I'm saying? So,
make
it some place that y'all come back.
After the casting call, after we do some more shooting.
All right, cool. Hey, appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. We out. Another episode, Keyzo's Corner. We out.
Family.
Peace.